Welcome back to Season 4 of Procurement Unplugged, powered by Zycus. I'm Marcus, your host, and today we're going to be uncovering some dirty little secrets of AI in procurement. You know, the big question, is it really saving you money or just shifting the workload? To help us navigate this tricky landscape, we have Erica Lynn with us today. Erica is a highly accomplished chief procurement strategist who successfully led and managed like over 10 diverse procurement teams across various industries. So, Erica, welcome to the deep dive.
Thanks, Marquise. Really glad to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. So, AI in procurement, it's kind of the hot topic right now. Everyone's talking about the amazing potential for slashing costs,
Yeah.
boosting efficiency, all the good stuff. But there's this like nagging question that keeps coming up. And it's, for procurement organizations, like the ones you've led, is AI actually delivering on its promises? Or are we just kind of like moving the work around without really getting ahead? And that's really what we want to kind of get to the bottom of today.
That's a great point. There's definitely this perception of AI being a game changer for procurement. And while that potential is there, the reality on the ground is often more nuanced. The truth is, without a thoughtful approach, AI can actually create more problems than it solves.
Okay, so let's jump right into it. How does this happen? How can technology that's supposed to automate and simplify actually end up creating more work for procurement teams? It seems kind of counterintuitive.
Yeah, it often comes down to how AI tools are implemented within an organization. Imagine you have different AI tools, each operating in its own silo, not connected, not talking to each other. This can actually create what we call shadow work. Instead of having the smooth integrated system, procurement professionals are stuck with manual tasks just to keep these separate AI applications running. Think about it, constantly entering data into multiple systems. Troubleshooting when the output from one AI doesn't match another, it's a huge cognitive burden.
So basically, it's not just a matter of plugging in a few AI solutions and expecting like instant, seamless improvements.
Exactly. When AI tools aren't part of a cohesive ecosystem, they don't really contribute to streamlining and efficiency. Instead, a lot of effort is wasted just managing the technology, and that takes away from more strategic activities that could truly benefit the business.
I see what you mean. So let's talk a little bit more about this idea of cognitive overload. Can you paint us a picture of what it's actually like for a procurement team that's dealing with multiple unconnected AI tools? What does that look like day to day?
Sure. Imagine a team trying to use, let's say, 4 different AI applications. One for supplier risk assessment, another for invoice processing, maybe one for contract analysis, and another for spend analytics. Now, if these systems aren't integrated, the team becomes the link. They have to manually pull data from the risk assessment tool, reformat it, and then feed it into the spend analytics platform just to get a complete view. It's this constant struggle to make sense of data from different sources, to try and combine outputs from all these separate systems just to make a decision. This fragmentation really adds to the complexity and distracts from the big picture strategic sourcing initiatives that actually drive value.
Yeah, it sounds like it's not just the time and mental effort, but also the potential for significant hidden costs that we often overlook.
Exactly. Each of those standalone AI tools comes with its own costs. You have licensing fees, maintenance agreements, and the risk of downtime for each system. If your AI strategy isn't designed for integration across the entire source-to-pay process, those hidden costs can quickly outweigh any expected ROI.
So if this piecemeal adoption of AI can lead to all these issues, what's the alternative? What should organizations be striving for instead?
Real efficiency and savings come from having a well-planned, coordinated AI strategy. Not just implementing individual tools randomly. It's about shifting to a truly integrated and orchestrated approach.
Okay, so when we talk about orchestrated AI, what does that actually look like in practice for a procurement team?
It means AI needs to be deeply embedded across the entire procurement lifecycle. It's not about having these separate AI helpers for specific tasks that work independently. Think of a unified platform where AI works seamlessly across all stages, from initial requests and sourcing to contracting, supplier risk management, and even payments.
You mentioned earlier something like the Zycus S2P suite. Can you give our listeners an example of how that embodies orchestrated AI?
Yeah, absolutely. A platform like the Zycus S2P suite is designed to cover the entire range of procurement activities. Its strength is connecting AI-driven insights seamlessly across those different stages. This interconnectedness minimizes manual work for procurement teams and enhances strategic alignment across all their efforts, leading to smoother workflows and ultimately better outcomes.
That makes a lot of sense. Instead of having separate AI tools that create extra work, you have a system where the AI is designed to work together from the ground up. Can you give us a concrete example of how this integration translates into real savings for a business?
Sure, let's look at a couple of features within an integrated suite. Take Merlin intake, for instance. Instead of a chaotic intake process with requests coming from everywhere, it provides a single intelligent point of entry for all procurement needs. The AI in Merlin intake can then automatically categorize and route those requests. Now, as you move on to sourcing, tools like autonomous negotiation agents, or A&A, can leverage the information gathered during intake. They're not operating in a vacuum, they have context and the initial goals. This flow of information where the AI intake directly informs the AI in negotiation, and contract management reduces redundancies, improves decision-making, and leads to tangible cost reductions.
That's a great example of the power of an integrated approach. It really shows that procurement leaders need to think strategically about AI adoption and not just focus on individual tools.
Exactly. It's about prioritizing integration and developing a holistic AI strategy for the entire procurement lifecycle. It's not just about implementing isolated tools, but about transforming the entire operation.
And it's not only about the technology itself, right? There's a bigger picture involving people and processes within an organization.
You're absolutely right. Successfully using integrated AI requires more than just the software. It involves cultural shifts within procurement teams and effective change management. Organizations need to foster a digital-first mindset to fully leverage integrated AI. The goal isn't just to automate a few tasks, but to maximize strategic value creation for the entire procurement function and the business.
Erica, this has been a really insightful deep dive. Thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us today.
My pleasure. It's an important topic for procurement professionals.
Absolutely. So for our listeners, the key takeaway here is that, well, AI has huge potential in procurement. Poorly implemented isolated applications can actually increase workload and lead to hidden costs. However, by adopting a strategic orchestrated approach with deep integration across the entire procurement lifecycle, you can unlock real savings and achieve genuine efficiency gains. Now, here's something to think about. Take a moment to assess your organization's AI strategy in procurement. Are you actually seeing the cost savings you expected? Or are you unknowingly creating shadow work and hidden costs with disconnected tools? It's worth looking at the level of integration and orchestration in your current tech stack. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive into the world of procurement and supply chain. Until next time, keep exploring how you can truly integrate and orchestrate for success.